At EPS, we strive to inspire students to create a better world by guiding them to think critically, act responsibly, lead compassionately, and innovate wisely. We believe that these 4 points of our mission help students to be successful in an ever-changing world, now and in the future. Students think outside of their comfort zones, take risks, and build community, on stage, on the court, and in the classroom.
EPS is fun,
supportive,
inclusive,
creative,
caring,
adaptive,
collaborative,
welcoming and friendly,
community.
Everybody knows each other.
Teachers and students here too are really nice, and even the older students, they help me find my way around EPS.
The food is really good here.
I was really surprised by how many opportunities you have.
There's a lot of different sports classes that you can take.
We have a lot of clubs, and you can make your own clubs.
We have a really well-rounded curriculum for kind of all subjects.
It's just an environment that people would want to be in.
When I applied to EPS, it was hard and scary, but after I came here, I would describe the community as very welcoming.
All the students that were touring me were super kind.
The admissions director and the kids that walked me through the admission process here at EPS were really a great resource to have.
It was a really good process though, because everyone was so nice when I'd come in to meet people. One of the reasons I'm an ambassador is because everyone was so nice to me when I would come in.
I decided to come here because I heard a lot of good things about the school and the community, and I had some friends whose older siblings also went here.
My sister, who joined from 5th grade and she's now in 10th grade, has been saying nonstop good things about EPS.
It had really good cookies, and it was very close to my house.
I wanted to go to a more tech advanced school, and I saw EPS had their own maker space, tech office, somewhere where I could, program robots if I wanted to.
I really enjoyed the people that I met here, and the people were really friendly, and it was a place that I wanted to be.
So my first impression when I walked in was, it's really big, and am I going to get lost?
It was the biggest campus I had ever been on, because coming from a very small elementary school, it was just kind of wow, this is really something.
I love how open the spaces are, and I think one of the first things I noticed was how accessible everything was.
All of the new 5th graders, we all got to know each other.
We always have an assembly at the beginning of the year that everyone comes, and we all kind of have a big kind of pep rally for the year.
It was really fun, and I thought that everyone was super nice, and I got some free sunglasses.
I remember my first visit as a prospective parent for EPS, and I came here with my husband and my child, and I immediately felt a sense of safety and security, and I just knew that this was a place where my son could learn and grow.
They talked a lot about how they teach and their philosophy of teaching and their love of learning and trying to instill that in the kids. It was more about the journey to where you want to be versus the end.
You could tell that the teachers were really smart and that they liked being there and they liked each other. And it just had a very good atmosphere and made us feel really comfortable that our son would be taken care of.
We came here the first time and then we looked at each other and said, was that real? Is that good? So we were locked in from the 2 times we came here and said, this is where they're gonna go.
Just walking through our first tour, everything we had heard about EPS, and it came out to be true and then some.
I think my favorite thing about EPS is campus during spring. I'm in a good mood in the spring.
The friends that I've had.
The community.
The teachers, they're very approachable, and it's very easy to get a good relationship with them.
The culture.
The people. Education beyond the classroom. They take us out on different trips.
Last year we went ziplining, and that was really, really fun.
We went to New Zealand, and we swam in the ocean.
A group of friends and I went to Utah, and it was just a really enjoyable experience. We also learned a lot about the soil and canyoneering in general.
My favorite thing about EPS would be the classes.
I love that every trimester and stuff you can do something different.
My favorite class currently at EPS is probably chemistry.
Urban planning.
Advanced biology.
Data science 1.
Advanced Spanish.
My favorite class is history.
I'm really looking forward to doing field day, which is at the end of every year.
Senior prank day is pretty cool.
It's always so funny to see what the kids do. One year there was a swimming pool in the gym.
I really look forward to our Winter Wars celebration. Each of the grades, they decorate a different section of the Tally building.
I always like really enjoy Spirit Week. It's fun to see everybody show up in pajamas or show up in like silly themed outfits. My favorite space on campus is the library.
The quiet study hall corridor in the Learning Center on the 3rd floor. It has a really beautiful view of the highway and the mountain.
Probably the makerspace in the middle school.
I get to do a lot of really cool things like make 3D prints or make stickers.
The makerspace in like the basement of TMAC.
I say the best place to study or hang out with friends is the LPC. That's a good place before and after school to hang out with friends because it's just a big open space.
The best food in the cafeteria are the parfaits. They have like the fresh fruit and the granola, and they're just really good.
The cookies.
Salmon Caesar salad.
Pesto pasta.
The pesto cheese ravioli. It's delightful. It comes with like garlic bread.
Scramble with onions, sausage, bacon, and spinach on top of some potatoes, and these breakfast potatoes are famous at the school.
Seriously, they're so good, and if you tried them, like you'll understand I'm like living off of them right now.
The last thing I Googled was relating to our chem project that we're working on. It's a PSA for different like drugs, and so mine was Xanax.
5 minutes ago, I Googled what melodrama is for my theater class. It is basically when you combine intense music with like intense like stuff that's happening, and it usually has like romance. Yes, they're dramatic, of course.
The last thing I Googled was what kind of cheese is best for a grilled cheese sandwich. I heard that mozzarella was the best because it melts the easiest, but I also know that American is really popular.
It was probably a calculator for math homework.
The comedies of Plautus.
In Spanish, we were talking about who was the most famous Carlos. It might be Carlos Sainz, the F1 driver, or Carlos Slim, who was just like a rich guy in Mexico.
Actually, I was looking at the Met Gala outfits.
If I had a podcast, it would be about true crime.
Climate awareness and animals and ecosystems.
Stories that were lost from history. We did a podcast assignment in history class this year, and I got to talk to my different family members about how our family immigrated to the United States, and I thought it was so fascinating.
I think it'd be interesting to just like record a normal conversation with my friends.
I think it'd be very like free form.
Person I'd most want to interview on my podcast is probably somebody from the U.S. Women's National Team, probably Megan Rapinoe.
Be about student life and kind of the things happening in people's lives at school or exciting news people have.
My sister and I usually just go on these like crazy adventures every weekend, so if I had a podcast, it would be a weekly update of what my sister and I do.
My favorite movie is The Princess Bride.
The Sound of Music.
Shanghai Noon, like the old Jackie Chan one. A movie that I could watch over and over again would probably be like Toy Story or maybe Cars.
Probably Pride and Prejudice.
There's one called On Point that's about the American Ballet Theater.
The Makerspace Club, I got to know like different people by trying to make different things.
I do peer mentoring. It's just like a club where we mentor like middle school students.
I'm in Green Club.
I am one of the editors on the Eagle Eye Magazine Club.
I'm also a member of the Bread Club. Yeah, there's just bread and you eat it.
I also do Student Leadership Council and I'm part of the Student Athletic Leadership Council.
You can go to different clubs as much as you want and you don't have to like stick to one or be committed to one of them.
In middle school, I was in Harry Potter Club.
I was a really active member of the badminton club, and as somebody who had never played badminton before, it was a great experience to get to know people in other grades that were also participating in it, but also get to learn another sport.
Currently, I'm on the Ultimate Frisbee team, and then I've also been on the volleyball team and the soccer team.
In middle school, I played Frisbee, I ran cross country, I rode for a year.
I play Ultimate Frisbee.
Currently, I'm in tennis.
Outside of EPS, I like doing piano and fencing.
I enjoy doing volunteering.
For an hour once a week, I'll just spend time socializing with cats.
I make shirts too to like sell, and I also play games.
I have a dog, so I love hanging out with my dog. And then I also really like to cook and bake.
I like to read, I like to run, and I like to hang out with my friends.
I ride horses a lot. I go to horse shows around the country sometimes, especially during like national finals season.
I'm usually playing guitar.
Playing soccer or being outside as much as possible.
A topic that I've been fascinated with is probably science because we're learning a lot of new things, and in my next class we're going to be making batteries.
For me, a topic would be game design.
Currently, me and my friend are working on how we can help orca whales.
Forensic psychology, the intersection of psychology, law, and social work, and it's just like fascinating to me.
I always am really fascinated by printmaking. I've actually taken the printmaking class twice.
The topic of parallel universes. We've been doing a lot of stuff like this in biology and just talking about evolution, and I think it's really fascinating how evolution could have worked in other instances and if there's like any form of like a multiverse at all. I want to be an orthopedic surgeon.
I want to be somebody who like my friends and family can be proud of. I want to be somebody who I'm also proud of.
I probably want to do something in the science field.
I want to be an art director, probably for film.
I really enjoy working with children, so I feel like it could be a field that I get into.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to help people. I want to be a part of a community.
I want to be a lawyer with the ACLU.
I want to be a politician, probably. Maybe the president, either the president or an actor.
Taking art classes here has really inspired me to do production design in college.
I took stagecraft last year and I'm taking it this year too. It's something I don't want to pursue, like, I don't know, like woodworking or like, I don't know about set design, but just like in general, I think that's just a skill that I've been really enjoying.
Like, I really love getting to know people and talking to people and knowing why people do stuff. Where that's led me to for thinking about college is kind of psychology and neuropsychology and like social work.
Theater, I started back in 6th or 7th grade in just some basic theater classes, and ever since then it was kind of just like something that I really wanted to do, really enjoyed.
Something that I got interested in EPS would be astronomy. I think it might be something that I maybe not pursue as a major, but that I definitely am interested in the future.
EPS has prepared me to advocate for myself whenever I need help.
For the college stuff, you get 2 counselors, and they are really just helpful that you can like email them or talk to them whenever you want.
They're really empowering us to do the research, to find out what's important to us, to be there to support us, but also to like push us out of the nest a little bit.
My journey was kind of like that of like a typical kid going into high school. It's like, okay, yeah, new environment, middle school, it's new, it's scary, I don't know who these like people are, how do I make friends? But then as you kind of go along, it's just kind of like, it gets easier and easier over time.
I think it's like a slow build coming from like middle school where you had less work into high school where you had a lot more work.
It's definitely been fun. Even if it was like a sort of boring day, like I still had fun.
Throughout my time at EPS, I've had the freedom to like learn about myself and to be weird and make mistakes and be supported while doing that.
EPS has created a lot of the fabric that has brought our kids from being really young, sort of unformed people all the way into adulthood. And it's been amazing to see the transition in their lives and in the lives of our family as they've gone through that maturation and education process.
The nurturing environment that EPS provides for my son was a great fit for him.
They gave them the confidence to express themselves, to advocate for themselves. They really said it's okay to be who you are, go where you are next.
And I remember this guy was a shy little human who entered EPS in 5th grade, and now he's a smart, independent, grade level rep. You just truly can't believe it. And I think we don't give credit to us, we give it to the school. They've turned him into an amazing human.